I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're quitting, they're leaving, and that's kind of like the hook, the bait. They're quitting. Oop, dare I say it. Of course, it's sad that these people are taking a step back, deciding to quit, but at the end of the day, it's also just like, so what can you take away from all of this as a content creator? There's been a lot of big YouTubers leaving YouTube lately. And I wanted to make just like a casual sit down talk through my thoughts on this because I'm a numbers gal, okay? I'm a numbers gal. When I saw all these people left and right dropping like flies, I was like, what is going on? So I needed to make a spreadsheet. Naturally. Made a spreadsheet to figure out what's going on here. I just picked about 10 people that I know have announced that they're leaving in some shape or form. Matt Pat, Tom Scott, Stampy, Germaclips, the list goes on. What I wanted to know, what I was curious about was what were these YouTubers' reasons for leaving? What did they say publicly in their videos? How long have they been on YouTube? How many videos had they created in their time on YouTube? I had some things that I wanted to know, and via my spreadsheet and data, granted this is like the smallest spreadsheet to ever exist in humanity, I figured out some really fun, interesting things that I wanted to talk about here with you today. I noticed in a lot of these YouTubers' videos, there was a lot of commonalities. And one of the commonalities was when these creators say that they're quitting or leaving, it's some type of scaling back. For example, Tom Scott said that he's going to be leaving YouTube, and it's not really him leaving YouTube. It's just him taking a step back and scaling back on his posting schedule.
There's been a video a week for 10 years. I never broke the streak.
That's a lot of years. That's a lot of videos. 52 weeks in a year times 10, 520 videos pretty consistently. That's a lot.
I'm so tired. There's nothing in my life right now except work. I did get close to burning out, but fortunately I always knew when to step back from the brink.
And so it makes sense that he would want to scale back a little. Even Germaclips, who was a streamer just like constantly streaming, just decided, you know what, I really need to scale back and I just want to stream whenever the heck I feel like it.
And I'm imagining like over the next few months, you'll probably see a little bit less streaming content and a little more YouTube stuff. I'm calling it kind of a soft retirement.
You even have Matt Davella, where he's not necessarily scaling back on the amount of videos, but his business has scaled back quite a bit. He was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this on my own. He used to have a team of people, and now he's just like, this grew into something that like, maybe I don't really want it to grow in that way. And so he wants to just take a step back, have it just be him in the creative process again. And that was him scaling back.
I'm on my own. I don't have any employees, I don't have any editors, no social media managers or team. There's so much that's changed over the past year.
Even me. Just kidding. This is not dramatic. I'm actually really excited. As some of you may know, I left Instagram. It's not YouTube, but last year I announced that I was leaving Instagram for an extended amount of time. Don't know when I'll be back, but that was my form of scaling back. I knew that I wanted to scale back my creative output because I was doing a lot over on Instagram and a lot for YouTube, a lot for TikTok, and I just wanted to focus just on YouTube. And that's really what a lot of these creators are doing, is they are scaling back in some way or another. Another common thing that I heard among their videos and even just with other creators is they turned their passion into a business, which a lot of us want to do. Like, that's the goal for a lot of content creators. But I think when somebody's starting out, they don't really realize how much work it is to run a business. They just think, oh, it'd be so great to work for myself. You start making money and you start monetizing on YouTube, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, I'm making money, but I need to keep this up. So now I need to hire a video editor. So then you hire a video editor in order to keep up that consistency. And then brand collabs start coming in. You're like, oh, well, now I need more time to focus on videos, but I also need to reply to emails. So let me hire a VA, and like, it scales beyond anything that you ever imagine, and other people are scaling. So why don't you scale? And then your passion really does turn into a business. And a lot of people, I don't think, want to run businesses. They want to be full-time content creators, but not necessarily have a team of 10 plus people working for you where you're in charge of managing all of them. You're doing taxes as a business. Not a lot of people, when it gets to that point, love it. And I think that's where some creators take a step back and make videos like this. Like Matt Davella himself, he's like, I turned my passion into a business and it scaled, and not necessarily a way that he enjoyed. And that's completely okay.
So much stress.
Cinecom.net announced in their video, this is something that happened for them. It was like a passion that ended up scaling into a business kind of by a happy accident.
My passion turned into a business that just grew too big.
You even have Meat Canyon, where it's that same passion to business, but not necessarily like in a scale growth level, but more so his output, the videos that he was creating for the statistics, for the analytics, for the business, for the audience. It was very business mindset, where when he first started making his videos, they were passion projects. It was whatever the heck he wanted to do and a lot of fun for him, but it turned into this, well, now I need to please the people. I need to please the algorithm. And it became so analytical, strategic that he lost sight and lost that connection to his creative outlet.
It's really shined a light on how limiting this channel is right now and how I want to get it back to feeling fun again.
The third thing that I noticed was a lot of these creators, they're still going to be online in some way, shape, or form. So Matt Pat from Game Theory, he said he still has other projects that he's working on behind the scenes. He has a lo-fi project that he's really excited about, or lore-fi project that he's really excited about.
I have a lo-fi mystery series that I think you're really gonna dig.
You even have Tom Scott. He said he's still going to be doing his podcast, weekly newsletter.
The podcaster host, Lateral, is still going out weekly.
While some of them are, yes, completely taking a break, stepping away from the platform, we saw creators like Vanessa Lau last year. She's taking a indefinite, who knows if it's forever, sabbatical for her Instagram, YouTube, social media break, taking a step back. Might come back, might not, but since she's posted that she's leaving, she has not been back. So there are people who have taken a step back completely. And then there's also some who's like, we're just scaling back how often we're posting, our approach to posting. We're just gonna cruise for a bit while we figure some other things out. Now, just to throw in some fun numbers here, let's put these on, shall we? I was actually gonna wear these the whole time because I thought it was a vibe, but there's like a huge glare you see from my lights. So I gotta wear them at an up angle like your mom or your dad would when they're reading a book, or like a librarian when she's like checking out your library card. That's kind of how we're gonna do it, so the glare doesn't bother you. But some fun numbers of the creators that I was looking into who have posted that they were leaving social media. Looks like their average years spent online, 9 years on YouTube specifically, posting to YouTube, creating for YouTube specifically. The average amount of videos posted, 948 videos posted. That's a lot of videos. I will say though, Stampy is kind of an outlier there. So if we just remove Stampy for a second, that brings the average down to 600 videos, long form YouTube videos. Also for Matt Pat, I did not count his other channels. I only counted the Game Theory channel. He has 464 on another channel, 198 on another channel, 1300 on GT Live, and 89 on Style Theory. That's a lot of videos. So they've been online for about 10 years, posting consistently a lot of long form videos. And that's just mind-blowing. It's not like they just like up and pieced out after a year. Like they've been here for so long, doing what they love for so long. For me, I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're quitting, they're leaving, and that's kind of like the hook, the bait. They're quitting.
It's not clickbait. You can blame Tom Scott.
To me, I don't see it as quitting. I definitely see it as like going into retirement, retiring, taking a step back, scaling back, even passing on the torch to future creators.
But I think now it's time to pass it on to the next generation.
Let's just put things into perspective for a bit, shall we? Jumping back to my notes. The average retirement age for an NFL player is 27.6 years old. The average length of a player's career in the NFL averages about 3.3 years. For the NBA, the average career length of somebody in the NBA is around 4.5 years. And these YouTubers, they've been in this for about 10 years. And I know that's a little bit different because, of course, NFL, NBA, those are very physically demanding careers. But still, when somebody retires out of the NFL, NBA, people don't clump all those retirements together and just say, oh my gosh, people are quitting. What's wrong with the NFL? You know, like nobody does that. But we're finally reaching this stage of YouTube where the YouTubers we grew up with are stepping into retirement. And I think this is the first time that's happening, you know? YouTube is so young. It's kind of a baby. The idea of being a YouTuber really only started like 10 years ago when these YouTubers blew up, and they were the first YouTubers to be known as YouTubers. Said that funny, YouTubers. And so I think this is just like the first phase of retirement. And I think the more people step back, quit, leave, retire their YouTube channels, I think it's just going to become a more and more accepted, appropriate thing, because not everything lasts forever.
Things are changing. Things are definitely changing.
I don't think this is like a negative thing for YouTube. I don't think this is a negative thing that content creators should be like worried about, like, oh my gosh, should I even pursue YouTube? Like, so many people are quitting. Is this a bad place to pursue? I think this is such a beautiful, wonderful platform for content creators to pursue. Do it. Go for it 100%. We have these amazing creators that they've been in it for so long. They are retiring, but they're passing on the torch. They're ready to make space for the up and coming YouTubers, for people like you who are like just getting ready to start your channel. You could be that next phase of YouTubers to take over the platform and redefine what YouTube looks like for the next 5-10 years.
But I think it's time for someone else to have that honor.
Because I've watched all of them. I watched all of the people announcing that they were leaving YouTube. And of all the videos, not a single one of them said, I'm leaving YouTube because this is a bad place. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't love it. I don't like it. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Everybody said, this is a dream job. YouTube is a dream job. I love what I do. I love creating videos. Every single one of them loved being here and loved what they did. It wasn't like this bad place to be where they were feeling like, oh, it's so toxic. The toxic word never came up. So I don't think this is a bad place to be. I don't think this is a negative place for creators to be. If anything, for me, I get excited. Like, obviously, seeing Matt Pat leave is very, very, very sad. And I teared up with him quite a bit, because finally seeing him in FNAF saying,
You know, it's just a theory.
literally in the movie was like full circle worlds colliding moment. It was like the best thing ever to happen in human history. Of course, it's sad that these people are taking a step back, deciding to quit. But at the end of the day, it's also just like, I don't know, it gets me excited to honor what they've set up, the career path that they created for so many of us, and makes me want to step into that role and pursue this career with like, okay, I really want to respect the role that they set, the foundation that they set. They're making way for new people to come and take over YouTube. So I'm excited to see like, okay, who's going to step into these roles? Who's going to become like the next YouTuber, the next, I would say the next Matt Pat, but like create a multi-channel network similar to game theory, film theory, style theory, all the theories. Like, I don't know. I think it's really exciting. It's sad, bittersweet, nostalgic. What's the word I'm looking for? Melancholy? I don't know the word I'm looking for. But yeah, YouTube's not a bad place. So what can you take away from all of this as a content creator? What can you take away seeing all these people leave YouTube? I think some lessons to learn is never lose sight of why you were creating in the first place. That's a mistake that I made, which is why this year I've kind of reevaluated my YouTube strategy, why I left Instagram. I wanted to focus on the things that really brought me joy and where I felt like I had creative freedom. So never lose sight of why you started creating in the first place. Continue to create for you. You can be strategic. You could follow the algorithm. You can do all the analytical things. I love analytics. I love strategy, content research. Like, I love that. And I do strategic videos all the time, but also create videos for you. Even if it's outside your niche. Oop, dare I say it doesn't fall in your industry or your niche. Do at least one video a month where it's just you having fun, doing whatever the heck you want to do. 3, give yourself grace. Don't be hard on yourself.
Drop maybe a little bit of my own internal pressure I've been putting on myself.
If you have a strict schedule to challenge yourself of like, okay, I want to try to post every single week. Like, you do you. I do that. I do me. That's what I've done. I've posted every week for the past maybe 2 years. But again, this year, I want to give myself some grace. If I miss a week, no big deal. You liar! That's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to accept. I feel like these were getting blurry. I'd rather spend time creating something that I'm proud of, something that I feel like my audience would really like, instead of like rushing and trying to like continue that hamster wheel effect of gotta post on Wednesdays, gotta post on Wednesdays, gotta post on Wednesdays. I mean, that's great when you're starting because it can help you get into that habit of creating content and just creating those daily habits of content research, charging your gear, filming. So it's good to establish those habits, but always remind yourself, maybe at the end of every year, do I need to take a step back, scale things back, and give myself grace when posting? And then 4, have things outside of YouTube. Have things outside of your passions that can recharge you and just be for you. You don't have to turn everything that you like into your career, into YouTube. Save some things for yourself. I love reading. You can't see my bookshelf. It is loaded. I love reading. And I get so many ideas to start like a booktube. Like my own booktube channel. But then I feel like that would take all the joy out of reading for me. And I want that to be just my thing. I want that to be my thing so bad. I'm selfishly my thing. Spending time with my husband. I don't really like post a lot of videos with him. We don't vlog together. We don't do TikTok videos together. That's because like I cherish my time with him so much that like I don't want it to be part of content. So have things outside of YouTube that recharge you, that take you away from thinking about YouTube all the time, about your business all the time. Just set those boundaries and continue to check with yourself how you're doing with those boundaries. I've experienced burnout to the extreme where I was in the hospital and it was not very fun.
Creator burnout is a real thing.
Learn how to manage your stress, complete the stress cycle, read this book, Burnout, How to Complete the Stress Cycle, and you will find your way. You'll find your way, and hopefully you can make it 10 years like Pat, and be happy and be able to step out of retirement on a high note. That is all I have for you today. If you're somebody who wants to be a full-time content creator, watch this video next. It is your 12-month plan. Literally, it's like an hour long for how to become a full-time content creator for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If you've made it this far and you're not already subscribed, hug the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you don't piss. So you don't miss when I post my next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Follow your joy. Bye.